All right, guys, we're back at another category of pigeons, and this one is one of my favorites. It's always amazed me because it's just a unique type of bird.
Yes.
We got Nathan, the expert of what knows what's going on with these birds. Um, these are powders.
Yes, these are pygmy powders that you see here we're judging right now. If you look over there, there's English too that we have here at the show.
Okay.
And what you want to look for in these is you want a nice round globe. You want it to almost be like a ball. And then at the base of where their shoulders are, you want to cinch down almost like you tied a rope around. You want a clear definition there.
Ah, definition on that.
Yeah, and then you want a nice narrow body with a
Okay.
nice long tail, and the wings you want them to come down, but you don't want them to cross
Interesting.
too much, and you want them to be up and as vertically stationed as possible.
Okay, so now does the actual puff make a big difference?
Yes, so their air sacs inflate, so they were bred over hundreds of years, so that trait is emphasized in them.
Interesting.
Performance in powders is half the game. So if you have a beautiful bird that comes up here and they don't perform, that's no good. You need them to perform and coo for you and whatnot.
So when you say performing, they need to actually be able to do the
yeah,
put
so-
air.
You're going to coo to them, and then they should coo back to you. Like, see this yellow down here start to coo?
I see.
You want them to coo and perform back to you.
Nice.
And then another main trait of these is the legs. You want the legs to come down off the body as closely together, and then once it hits the knee, you want them to come off at an angle. These in the English, because of all those points, they're one of the harder breeds that you can see of pigeons. Especially the legs are a lot to work with.
The generation of where these birds come from. You said England?
These are pygmy powders. They're closely related to the English powders. I believe they may have been perfected in England and whatnot. They're all throughout the world, and there's shows all across the countries with these. The Pygmy Powder Club is actually a nice big club that they have. I believe they had their meet in Fremont, Ohio.
Nice.
Recently.
Last question.
Yes.
Do they fly?
Yes, they do.
Really?
Yes, they have no problem with flying. They'll fly up high. If you let one out right now, they'd be up in the ceiling in probably no time.
It's a beautiful breed. I mean,
Yep.
I've always seen it. Unique. You can tell it's been around for,
Yep.
who knows,
Yep.
hundreds, maybe thousands of years.
Yeah, they've been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah, no, this is unbelievable. So thank you so much, Nathan, for this. You are part of the Eastern, what is it, powder?
This is the Eastern Powder and Cropper Club. This is their meet here. And then we're at the Reading Pigeon Association, which I'm part of.
That's
too.
it. That's amazing. So thank you for this interview. Thank you for your
Yep.
information. In the
Yep.
future, I'm sure we could always get something.
Yep.
Thank you so
Yep.
much. I
Great talking
appreciate
to
you.
you.
Thank you, brother. All right, guys. So I just wanted to show you some of these. This is an English powder, guys. This is from the one that Nathan was talking about from England. This is beautiful. I mean, this is from the pigeon family. You got to see it. I mean, it's really, really unique. We got some other colors. We got a black that's there. This is a unique guy right here. This one over here, it looks like he's a trophy. Look at him. This is a English powder. Beautiful stance, nice narrow legs. It looks like the back of his wings are not crossing, so that's a great thing as well. This one in particular is a Pomeranian puffer. Oh, I'm sorry, Pomeranian powder. Beautiful color. That's an Isabella color. This is a yellow Pomeranian powder. I guess the standard is yellow cream powder. This is the man, guys, when it comes to, I guess, judging and understanding the breed of Chinese owls, right?
Correct.
So what are the qualities that you're looking for when you're judging a Chinese owl?
There's a number scheme to what you're looking for. If you take notice in a Chinese owl, it has a collar around its neck. okay?
Interesting.
That's worth 15 points. The pantaloons are worth 15 points. The breast frill, 15 points. The color of it is 10 points. It's got a scoring system. That's what you use. And because of the high credit that you give to those are things that you look for. You know, there's a
Interesting.
parade
That-
someplace.
No, I love it. I love it. You know, I know of the standard, the blue style of Chinese owls. I know they have a split chest. I've never really known them to be great flyers. Is that true?
They're not.
So they are shorebirds.
I've had them get out of my coop. I had like an inner screen door and an outer one. And if I left the inner screen door open and just took the outside one away, they'd come back. They might fly to a neighbor's house or something like that, but they'll come back
come
and then
back.
I'd go catch them in the fish net.
Very, very. Hey, listen, I have that fish net also, so I know what you're talking about. It's really great to actually get some understanding as far as the Chinese owls. Now, do they originate from China?
No,
They don't.
no, but I can't tell you where they come from.
You can't tell them. Okay.
And there's no
Is there a reasoning?
history to say it. The story I get okay, that they believed in. They came from the Middle East, something.
Okay.
But because of the trade routes and that stuff years ago, they named them Chinese. Why? I have no idea.
Interesting.
If you go, you'll see German owls, you'll see African owls.
And
It
they have
doesn't
some-
mean it came from them.
Yeah.
Somebody just gave it a name.
Interesting. Yeah, no, that's really wild. That's good to know, guys. So Chinese owls are not from China. So for you guys that always wondered, because I thought at one point. So what are we expecting as far as today for the judging? I mean, are we doing best in show? How's that working?
Well, from first to fourth reserve, I'll be judging in the Chinese owl. And then the first best Chinese owl will be taken up and he'll pick best to show.
Very nice. Wow. So we got a lot. I mean, you got a lot of work ahead of you. There's a lot of birds here. There really is. So I want to thank you so much for this interview.
You're welcome.
And it's a beautiful breed of birds, guys. Chinese owls are beautiful. Don't think that they're going to fly up into the clouds really high. So you've heard it first from Ron. Hey guys, we're here at a category that I truly do love. I've had this breed for a little while, and I'm here with Steve Ripper. He's an official judge. You are a qualified, recognized judge, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what are we looking for when we're looking at a German owl?
A German owl basically is you're concentrating on looking at the crest, the head, the beak, and the pattern on the wings. It's a saddle marked bird. In other words, only the wing shield, which you see that oval, should be colored to the heart, to the center, close in the back tight, and have no coloring on the body or underneath. This bird has a little bit of coloring underneath. It's not too bad, but it's supposed to be white. The only part of the bird that should be colored are this part, which is the wing shield and the heart. So he's a little over-colored on the bottom.
So he loses points for that?
Yes, he would lose points for that. But most of the points are in this frill, which it's named after, the old German frill. The length and the set of the beak, the way that the forehead comes down square to the roundness of the head, has to have a nice shell crest, which wraps around from each side of the head, side to side, with what they call a rosette, which is like a little decorative swirl of feathers on each side.
Very nice. Yeah, no, that's
so
beautiful.
That's primarily what you're looking for. Also, you want a nice bodied bird, a nice round, firm body, close, tight feather, smooth feather, with no imperfections, no signs of insects.
Now, does the color make a difference as far as when you're judging?
No, color does not make a difference at all.
So it's just those characteristics?
Just those primary characteristics. The only place where color comes in, as I said, is the proper color on the wing shield and over the heart, over the back.
Very nice.
And, so most of the points are really on the head, the crest, the beak, and the frill in the front.
Okay, so last question. Do the old German owls come from Germany?
Originally, yes.
Really? Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes. Most of course, America being a new country, most of the birds come from Asia and Europe, imported to the United States.
Very nice.
Yes.
No, so I want to thank you for this interview. It was short and sweet. I don't want to distract you.
No, that's no problem.
You got a lot of birds to definitely judge. So we want to thank you so much for this opportunity. And guys, German owls are amazing, and they do fly, right?
Oh yes, they do fly. They raise their young well, and it's a nice bird to breed.
Check it out, old German owls. This category is a unique one. It's not the Chinese owls, guys. It's the African owls. And I'm here with Wayne Divany, and he's got one of the African owls. I mean, are they from Africa?
Tunisia, where they first were originated and brought into England in about 1760.
What's the difference between the Chinese owl and the African owl?
Everything.
Okay.
Okay, start off with the size of that beak.
Oh my God, it's a tiny beak.
Just a little beak. A Chinese owl, they feed their own young.
They're able to.
Guys that raise short-faced birds, we don't like Chinese owls.
Okay, so it's like Mustangs and like Chevys.
Yeah, you want the eye dead center in the head, and you want it circular from all angles. Now this one could be a little wider and all. You want it up here. You don't want it to be pinched like that or anything. And the eye centered, not too much back skull. If you put more back skull, it looks elongated.
Okay, so you want a nice round circular circumference.
Exactly.
You don't want any divots or anything like that.
That's right.
Okay.
The standard will call for an 8-inch bird, which that was written a long time ago. They're a little bit bigger now. A good show bird is between 8 and 8 3/4 inches, 9 inches.
Wow. So it gets really that technical. Okay.
So this bird is probably about 8.5 inches, and that's about a good size.
So now when they're getting judged, are they measuring them?
No, but you develop an eye.
An eye. Okay.
You don't want the tail any longer than about 3/4 of an inch past the wing flight. So you can see, if you put a long tail on it,
You're going to notice the difference
you're
right off
going
the
to
bat.
notice it bad. Want them to stand with the eye over the ball of the feet.
Okay.
It's got to have a frill.
A frill.
Yeah, there's 100 points in the
They call that. See if you can show the camera that. I thought that was called a split chest.
A who?
A split chest.
Not an African.
Okay. All right. So it's a frill in the front. I got it.
That's right.
It's
And it has to have more than one feather, preferably like that.
Very, very nice.
7, 8, 10 feathers that are frilled.
This African owl come in all different types of colors. This one's white.
Yes, we have them in Andalusian, grizzle, blue barless, blue, red, yellow, just a variety of colors.
Wow.
Probably 15, 20 colors.
No, that is amazing. That is amazing. Thank you for taking out your time to actually give us this interview, guys. The African owls are beautiful too. One last question. Do they fly?
They can fly. I wouldn't take them around the corner, but they could fly.
They could okay.
Yeah.
So they're just not known as far as like high flyers.
No.
All right.
Years and years ago, they could fly, circle your yard and all, before there were so many hawks and all, but I wouldn't let them out.
Yeah, no. So they're naturally mostly a showbird.
If you have them in a loft, they'll be the calmest birds you have. Now, you have to hand feed them because their beak's too short and they can't raise their own young. But they're the smartest of, I've probably owned 30 or 40 different breeds. The African owl is the smartest of all of them. A baby at 2 to 2.5 weeks old can start eating
on its own. Wow,
Yeah,
that is
and then
incredible.
They wean real quick.
No, that is crazy. So you do have step parents
Yes.
that raised these.
Yeah.
Their parents can't feed them, so they use basically
Flying flights, long beak birds.
birds with longer beaks. Wow, that's unique, man. I wonder how they survived in the wild.
They don't.
They don't. That's funny. You heard it first, guys. All right. If you're interested in African owls, they are beautiful. Stay tuned. Stop right there, guys. I need your help. I'm trying to grow this channel, so I'm relying on you guys out there, all my bird lovers, all my pigeon lovers. If you love the video, which I know you love these videos, subscribe to my channel, guys. Please like the video as well. I look forward to providing a lot more in terms of knowledge, inspiration, and showing you many more lofts. Thank you. Now let's get back to it. I am here with Joni, and this is the National Pigeon Association. All right, so these are the people that you need to speak to, guys, if you want to purchase bands or if you want to become a member of the National Pigeon Association. There's different memberships. My son is actually a member of the Junior National Pigeon Association, but you said there's others.
There's junior for kids under 18,
Okay.
then there's adult above 18, and there's family membership. So it's 5 for a junior, 20 for an individual, 25 for a family.
Well, that's very reasonable.
Yeah.
And then you have international also?
We do have international, so Canadian, Mexican, different ones. People can contact us. The information's on the website. Part of the membership is that you get a quarterly magazine sent out.
I love that magazine.
Yep, and that has beautiful pictures and has stories about different types of birds. They showcase one bird every quarter.
And the cool thing about it is it keeps you up to date. They let you know when the shows are going to be going on around the country, which is a great thing.
Each quarterly will have a list of upcoming shows around the country.
But one of the most important things about the National Pigeon Association is the fact that you can purchase bands, accredited bands, right?
So we have bands that you register your birds in order to show at shows like this one. What we do is we track who purchases the band, so in case the bird is lost, then we can reunite it with the owner. But also, in order to show at these shows, you have to register your bird under the letters and numbers that are on its band.
So it's important that you actually, if you're going to show your bird, you actually have to have that band on there.
You have to have the numbers.
If we want, or if our viewers want more information, where could they go?
Okay, well, the National Pigeon Association has a website. It's npausa.com, and the phone number is right here for the NPA as well.
Okay, so it's 404-922-4960. Joni, thank you so much for this, guys. I love coming here every year. I do purchase my bands, and one tip I'm going to give you guys, I forget to band my bird in the time it's supposed to be banded, and my bands don't fit on the bird sometimes. You can actually purchase bigger circumference bands and still get them on there. I like that you have different sizes. I personally have homing pigeons. For show pigeons, they come in a little bit bigger.
We have everything from 6.5 to 14 millimeter.
14 millimeter, that's huge. That's really huge. I think what we use for homers is 9 millimeter.
Some people also buy a little fudge factor. Well, they might buy a couple 10s in case their 9s didn't get
Exactly.
on when they should have.
Right.
It doesn't matter what size you use as long as it doesn't slide off the bird. It
That's
can't be removable.
As you heard it first from the one and only Joni. Thank you so much, secretary, enabler. She does a lot of things here, but she makes it happen. That's for sure, guys. Check it out, National Pigeon Association. We are here with Mike. He's very knowledgeable about helmets. I used to have helmets back in the day. I've only had one type of variety of them that were red. How many different varieties of helmets are there?
Colors, you mean?
Colors, I'm sorry.
Quite a few, probably 15 different colors.
Wow, okay. So I know there's yellows, there's blacks that are very common.
Yellows, blacks, reds, blues, ash colors, silvers.
Okay.
There's quite a few different colors. Maybe not 15, but there's at least 6 or 8 for sure.
I noticed there's 2 different types of helmets. I think one that they categorize as a show helmet and one that's like a regular standard helmet. Am I correct about that?
No, they should be the same. There's a short face and a medium face.
That-
These birds up here now are
that's what it
medium
is.
face birds. The ones that were up earlier today, a smaller bird by an inch and a much shorter beak.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that. Now, is there a difference as far as flying quality in the short face and the long face? Like, what would be the really like substantial difference? It's just the actual contour of the face.
Pretty much so. They're just a little bit more smaller, finer, not as bully. They just don't have the thicker conformation that the medium face has.
And these right here, I mean, there was one that was just here, like the ones that are up right now. These are standard, pretty much.
These are the standard medium face birds. Then there's varieties. You got the plain heads and you got the crested birds, which is up there right now. They got that cap with the rosettes. Then the other ones are the plain heads, which doesn't have that.
You guys would not believe this. I mean, as far as the different types of, varieties, as far as the different characteristics, different colors, I mean, there's so much that's involved in this. You would never realize this. So I appreciate you taking out the time to actually give us some insight on these helmets. Beautiful birds, guys. They do fly. Am I right?
They do fly. They don't have a very good homing instinct because guys don't leave them out. A lot of guys got a lot of money in these things and they don't want to leave them out for fear that they don't come home.
That is true.
Or a hawk steals them.
Or they get picked off by a hawk. So yeah, it's part of the issue. So primarily speaking, the helmets are showbirds.
They are showbirds.
Showbirds. So you
They're
guys
strictly showbirds.
strictly showbirds. You heard it first, guys. Here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I want to thank you for this.
Sure.
And yeah, man, stay tuned. We got more varieties. This is basically the area where they sell birds. They have varieties from all over the place, guys. This is one of the main guys right here. His name is Nelson. He's one of the biggest when it comes to pigeon sales. He owns a large variety of birds, and so he's one of the ones that has most of the cages here. It's a great opportunity, I think, if you wanted to pick up or purchase a pigeon from, somewhere around the world. As you can see, we have, birds that are from all over the place. And I learned a lot, I really did, as far as some of the birds that I thought that were from, just because of the name, they were from a certain place. So this is great. I myself had a few birds for sale. I sold most of them, which was great. Right now, we're just holding on to the pair of Indian fantails. But overall, this has been a great experience here. And, you definitely got to check this out, guys.